little bit about what's going on with you? I mean, I know that Jeff told me you guys have a lot of babies. So how many children do you guys have together?
I didn't hear you.
I was saying that Jeff told me you guys have a lot of babies. So I was just curious how many children and all do you all have that you're taking care of right now?
Right now, I have 4, but I know he has 9 altogether.
How's it been? I mean, tell me a little bit like how it's been since he's been in here.
Well, when he first got in there, it was really, really tough because I was pregnant, and I was like roughly like 4.5, 5 months pregnant with our last son, and we had just moved to Muncie, Indiana, from basically being in a hotel for like 3 months because the house we originally lived in, the homeowner didn't want to fix an issue in our small bathroom, and it was like backing up under the house, which was like a crawl space, and it was like starting to create black mold, and everybody in the house was constantly getting sick. So our insurance had put us in the hotel until he fixed it. So then our insurance adjuster couldn't adjust our time of being in the hotel any further. So like the day we had to leave was the day we had found a place in Muncie, Indiana. And, the original house we had lived in Muncie, Indiana, it was all right. And then we found out like the house wasn't ready for us to move in. It wasn't ready for anybody to move in because they had turned the water off because they had to fix the piping and all types of stuff. So we stayed there for a night, and then the maintenance people had came because they were originally still working on it. And he was like, I'm going to call the property manager to put you in a hotel until we get done fixing it. And that was like over the weekend. So we went back Monday, and he was like, this house isn't ready. I don't even know why they even let y'all see the house. The property manager then showed us like this townhouse we had got, and he was like, well, if you want it, you can have it, because I had already paid the money. And it was like maybe like $2,500, $2,600 that I had already paid, and that was like just about all of our money. And we hadn't even been there like the night, because we ended up moving our stuff from the original house to the townhouse that night, and the next morning we hadn't even been together maybe 6 hours in the morning before he got arrested. And how it happened was, I originally was bugging him like, let's just go to the place, let's spend some time together, I just want to do something with you. And he was tired because he had basically moved all the stuff himself on our car. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, well, I just go wherever I'm going with my daughter, because our youngest son was sleeping, and our oldest son, he was like, he had just turned 1, so he was walking around. And then I had pulled out our parking lot, and I seen a car sitting across the street, but because I'm from Michigan, I'm like, oh, they sell cars just random spots, huh? Okay, this is awkward. You just gonna park your car in the abandoned lot and just like sell it right there? That's weird. Didn't think much of it. I turned the corner going up the street, and then I seen a police car come around the corner. And you know how you can feel when you about to like get pulled over? I'm starting to get the feeling I'm about to get pulled over. So I'm like, okay, we got on our seatbelts. The insurance is good on the car. The plate is good. The tag is good. It's not really much you can pull me over for. I'm probably speeding a little bit. Oh, so what? Maybe 5 miles over the speed limit. That's not a crime. I get pulled over, and the guy asked me if I had any weapons in the car, and I had just bought my gun or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, it's in my bag. I carry it around because it's me and my daughter right now. I don't trust people. We just got here. I don't know this area. So then he had asked me to step out the car for a minute, and I'm like, for what? Am I under arrest? He's like, no, I just want to step out the car. Can I talk to you for a minute? So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, you can hold the bag with the gun in it, so for your own safety, or so you can feel good about yourself. Don't try to shoot me. So then he asked me if I had a new jet, and I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? Then it's like, oh, did you know he had a warrant out for his arrest? I'm like, a warrant? What are you talking about? I'm like, he don't have no damn warrant. Then it's like, well, yeah, he does. He has a warrant, and in Georgia, they want him. I'm like, what the fuck are you? I'm still lost. So then they asked me if he has any type of weapons, and I said no. And the police, it was like 3 police officers standing there. They all looked at each other like, you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. I just gave you what we have, which is only registered to me. Like, if you knew, like, okay, for instance, if you have a gun or if you buy a weapon of any kind from a gun store, usually you register with that state. So, like, for instance, I registered my gun with the state of Indiana. I had to go through, like, the state of Indiana Police Department to get it registered. I'm like, you can search up somebody's name in your database to see what they have. You mean to tell me you ain't look up in your database to see if this person have anything? You just, like, going off of something somebody told you, yeah, they got all types of guns and all types of knives and they're just all types of crazy. I'm like, what? So I tried to call him. He didn't answer at first because I remember he was using the bathroom before I left. He called back and I'm like, banana, because that's what we call each other. I'm like, they saying you got a warrant out for your arrest. He's just as confused as I am. So he agreed to go with them without an issue because we're thinking, we're just going to go to the police department. We're going to solve this issue. Everything's going to be fine. By the time I turn around to go back to the house, it's like 4 police cars behind me. And then I get into our parking lot to where we lived in a townhouse. It's like 10 different police cars outside. Cops everywhere. My son is running in the parking lot, and he's only 1. My other son's still asleep. They got Jet in the police car in the back. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're more focused on, did you know he had a warrant out for this and he did this? I'm like, first of all, where's the warrant that y'all said he got? Like, I haven't seen a warrant. I didn't see the warrant until after he had been arrested for a couple months, and I had to buy the warrant because they did not give me a copy of it.
I know that was probably traumatizing for you, because he did.
And then it's like, once again, I was pregnant. My daughter's there. My son is like, well, what's going on with dad? He's only 1. Then a lady, a cop or whatever, or a police officer, lady cop, she asked me if she can give my son a teddy bear. I said, no, we don't let our children accept stuff from strangers. She like, but why though? I'm like, did you not just hear me say no?
Right. So let's fast forward. So let's fast forward to your 9 months pregnant, right? You're in the hospital, you're giving birth, and how does it feel just not being there for that? That must have been hard, right?
Honestly, it was. I think I cried every day until I was like, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional.
No, it's okay. I understand. I just asked him the same thing. I said, did you even have the opportunity to sign the birth certificate? He said no, and he got emotional. So I'm like, these are the things that need to be heard. That people need to understand. It's not a joke. You play with people's lives just like this. And you people in these positions, right? People go without fathers, and it's not a joke.
I think I cried every day until I was like 9 months pregnant. And it was like having to be in the hospital by myself and like make decisions. Like, because usually after we have a baby, we're there together to make decisions. But now it's like I'm there by myself, and then I have to have like my aunt and my mom babysit my other kids because there's nobody else there to watch them. And usually, like, he'll be in the hospital with me, like after I have the baby, and everybody is just like in the room with me, and then it's like it was lonely. I didn't want. I didn't want to leave my baby at all. Like, he was in his little bed, and I would wheel to bed to the bathroom with me. Because I'm like, I keep hearing nurses coming in and out the room. And like, I can't see what you're doing. So I'm going to bring my baby right here so I can see him. Like, most times, I didn't even go to the bathroom because they kept coming in and out the room trying to see him or whatever. So I would hold my bath, like my urine and stuff, because I don't trust y'all. It's just me here. And then after I had him, I think I was there for like 2 days, and I could have stayed for 3, but I kept getting calls from like my aunt and my mom, like, oh, the kids keep crying. We don't know what to feed them. We don't know what to do. This one keep throwing up. So it's like, now I have to stop healing and being peaceful with the new baby, because now I have to go be a mother to all 4 of them now. And it's like, I normally don't have to do this. Usually I have help. And it's like,
Completely unfair. You know what? I want you to hold on to that frustration, because this is what we're doing. This is our goal. This is why we're doing what we're doing, right? We want people to understand these things can't happen. We want to, most importantly, we want to get Jet out. We want to get him home. I don't want to make you emotional, so I'm going to keep here. I'm going to let you talk to me. I want you to be. I think this is his turn. His turn to chime in. I think you make you emotional. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that, that raw reality of what is happening to your guys' family, and that it's not something that you are doing. It's what happens when people butt into situations. They don't have the details they need. They don't have the evidence that they need, and they, instead of going forward and actually doing what they need to do and make a move, and they go to start making decisions about people's livelihoods, right?
mm-hmm.
And it's not a joke. It's serious, and it puts people in situations that are completely avoidable. So here's that. I'm gonna let you guys talk. Okay.
Okay. Hello? Hi, Banana.